Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and today I'm demonstrating how to use my Circle Master template on fabric. So basically I've showed you what you can do with the pencil marks that are here in the center and here on the right hand side, but today I'm going to show you what you can do with the larger circles that are in between that. And what I've done here on a cotton knit fabric was used Dyna-Flo paints by Jacquard. And I'm going to show you how I worked all this. But I started with a piece of fabric that was slightly damp. And I used watered down Dyna-Flos. So I've actually watered them down a little bit. And I've put them in these nice little squeeze bottles that have a fine tip on the end of it. And what this is great for is being able to insert this tip through that hole, and you can already imagine probably what we're going to do, but we're going to be creating circles with a watercolor effect using that template and the Dyna-Flo. This is just a cotton, 100% cotton woven quilting fabric, and I'm using a piece of foam core behind it, again, so I can use my tack with my template. And I'm going to go back into the hole that I used here, the pivot point that I started with on this design over here, and I know it's kind of off the picture for you. But I wanted to show you how I do this. And actually, I'm probably going to re-wet this a little bit. So it's good to have a spray bottle that you can just dampen the fabric with. The drier it is, the less it's going to move, so the water really helps to move that. I'm just going to show you how I use this. So I've anchored my Circle Master template here, and I'm just going to insert the bottle in one of these holes, and I don't even need to squeeze the bottle. The contact with the fabric will actually draw some of that out, and then as you kind of get the feel for it, you can go back and be heavier with your application and squeeze the bottle a little more. So basically this is the technique that I'm using. Right now I'm just using the diluted versions here to kind of build out that initial circle. Okay, so basically my battery died in the middle of me filming, so I wanted to show you what I did here. So I went in using my Dyna-Flo, sometimes the straight from the bottle Dyna-Flo, and then sometimes my diluted Dyna-Flo. And I'm going to demonstrate again how I do this, but basically to get a really nice watercolor effect, you can dilute the Dyna-Flos down, and then when you go back in with the full strength straight from the bottle, you'll get a much more intense distribution of color. And it really makes a difference to continue to spray water across the surface of it, especially when you go in with the full strength from the Dyna-Flo. So additionally, what I also did is, I love these Lumieres, so I went in, and nothing's completely dry yet or heat set, but I took my Lumieres, and again those fit right through the holes of the template. So this is what I have going on. This is going to dry, and then I'm probably going to go in and start building across this piece of fabric because it's huge. And I'd like to cover the entire surface this way and see what happens with that. So for now, I have my handy tack, and what I figured I'd do is attach 4 separate pieces here to my board. So I've cut newly washed white cotton fabric, which is all I'm using, just 100% cotton in the quilting fabric area that I select, and I'm going to start playing again with my Circle Master template, and this time I'm going to continue to turn my canvas the same way I would do with my regular canvas work. So okay, so I'm back and I have gone around and done some circles and gone in and done some darker full body color with the straight from the Dyna-Flo bottles. And the other thing I wanted to show you is how cool the Lumieres are to do this again while the fabric is still wet. Here is my, I'm going to check out this one down here, and you can see this. So I've got my, this is Sunset Gold Lumiere, and I'm just going to start to put that out, and I'm going to let the template drag that around. And you just want to be sure you have some flow coming from the bottle. So the more you kind of spread this around, the more interesting it gets. So I'm going to do this from the pink corner over here. And I think I'm going to do pink halo gold over here. I just love that color. And pink halo gold. Halo pink gold. It's one of my favorites, all-time favorites. So I'm just going to kind of put this out here and let the template kind of blend that around. And when that's going to dry, it's going to be so beautiful. I just love that. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be strategically placing my Lumiere, and I want that to dry right into the fabric, and you can see it's going to have a lot of reflection once that dries. Really pretty. So this is my technique, and since I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff with fabric, using the template to be able to really messy kind of throw color around and see what happens when it dries, because it's always extra fun and cool when it dries. But just for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to peel these off my background so you can see what those look like. And wouldn't those make really cool quilt blocks? They'd make fantastic quilt blocks if you did this with all the same size blocks, all the same size pieces of fabric. You could really make some cool quilt blocks out of this, and I definitely see throwing these together, stitching them together, and building them out. So that's just another idea for you, using the Circle Master template on fabric. And stand by, because there'll be more coming, and thanks for joining, participating, watching, and sharing with all your friends. I really appreciate it.